Hello and welcome to very spring. We are here today to attempt a surprise trade only within Pokedex. The concept is to literally just trade everything. And we want to try and make a complete living dex of 796 potential Pokemon throughout the years. This will include both of the DLCs. It also includes the ones that have come in through raids and legendaries. I'm not 100% sure what ones can and cannot be included in this yet. But the challenge is simply just to get everything done before even going to school first. I have done a test run, so I have to beat Arvin before I can start doing this trading stuff, but otherwise we're in a perfect position to carry on going with this idea, and we'll see how well it goes. I guess the idea is just to have a little bit of chat and play. There's nothing really much more to be said. We just want to have some fun and see where we end up. I decided to do the whole intro because it's just trying to get everyone ready for what we're going to be doing. And yeah, so we'll go from there and we'll see what happens. I'd like to think we might have some fun. You never know. This could just be a complete and utter disaster. But for now, we're just going to have to keep on plugging away and seeing where we end up. We know that this opening sequence is a lot. I've already played through the game 3 times, twice for the Immortal Forever Lock. And once I've still got my good save packed up ready. And otherwise we're just good to go. Clicking. It's when you do these like entrance bits, you just want to let it go and see what happens. We don't need to go through all of the nonsense, and we know what it's like. Otherwise we're just going to keep on logging away. I really do hate the beginning of the game with all of this nonsense. I wish you could skip it. so I can get to the options, turn down the volume a little bit more because it is way too loud. Skip everything and just dive into the main part of what I want to do, but I thought I'm going to do it so we see everything, it's there, everyone can join in to see where the journey takes us. I don't have to worry about nicknames. The tokens will be there for a reason, and we'll get to that when we're there. The simple idea is to fill up one box with Lechonk to start with, and then trade them all, and any spares will carry on. And then after that, we will then be able to start filling up the living decks, along with doing a lot so that the tokens will be used to let me have them on the team to evolve or use the stone evolutions. And with that we simply create something where if I got, for example, 3 Sprigatitos, I can put one in the team to evolve. But until then, I can't. And my starter will also be traded, and the idea of not going to the school bit means I don't get the Coridon to ride, which will slow up a bit of the process, but I'm hoping that with item spawns I should be able to collect everything I need to continue to buy more. But we'll see, we haven't got too much to work with early on. I'm pretty sure you get a silly amount of money. And you do have to walk this pace for the start of the game, which can get extremely annoying. I don't really need to do too much exploring, really. If I start after the first round of trading, if I was to catch or get some of the early route ones, I can then start catching them for trading, so it won't only be the chunks going to the universe. But otherwise, we'll see. We've got plenty to work with. I would like to probably do a few today, but it depends how quickly I get through this opening sequence. as I said, I know how long it is, and I know how it can get a bit frustrating, because it's literally go and get bag, go and get Pokemon, go and get fight, go and catch Pokemon, then follow dragon, beat up guy with squirrel, and then we're free to go. But until then, we just plod, plod, plod. Then hopefully we'll have some fans come and join the journey. So we'll get the text speed up faster. That's important. We're going to turn some of the music down a bit. It's still quite loud for what we're doing, but now I can actually hear myself talk, which is nice. Like, that's the whole point of this. There's no point doing this if no one can hear you talk. I'll put down a basic little save. This is on one of my like dummy profiles, but we get the internet on all of them, so that's good. I created these so I could actually do a Wonderlock in the first place on Sword and Shield. I quite like doing Wonderlocks, even though the Forever Lock is more of a by the book Nuzlocke with a few other additions. But as we say, I'm trying to just get better at doing the talking part of this, and what will happen will happen. It's as simple as that. If it's not very popular, it's not very popular. I can do it. In other places, I just do it in my own time. I don't need to be doing this online. I have my spreadsheet, which may get shared as we go along, but will contain full spoilers for the game. Otherwise, it's just going to be a bit of a chat and see what we do, right? Let's not make things complicated. Let's just relax and enjoy ourselves. We don't need to be doing this in like the most hardcore run, like. That's why I don't want to do it as a Professor Oak challenge, because I know it can be done without even hitting a single gym, and I don't want to do that. I've seen other people do it, so, and I've seen people do the shiny locking and shiny collecting. I can't do it. I can't do shinies because I'm actually colourblind, and it stops me being able to find what I need to do. But I can deal with that for now. But well, as I say, we plod, and we run and see where we end up. And one day we may even do it with a camera on, but I'm not. But I doubt it. I'm not really a camera person, shall we say. For an extra round of security, I take Sprigatito. And that's solely because if I do accidentally get too close to the Nemona fight, I have an advantage, because Quaxley is useless against the electric one. But Sprigatito, yes, this is the follow bit, isn't it? Where you have to walk at 0.1 miles per hour. I do know where there are some items there, and we'll come and collect them at a bit of a later date, when I can actually run. which will be a big thing. I probably will collect the items through the cave. And otherwise, we can now go and do everything we need to. The items are actually kind of important because I will be selling them for money. I will need as much as I can get for more Pokeballs, really. And if I do that too often, it's because I keep thinking that Legends Arceus run and jump, and I cannot shake that movement out of my game. It's really annoying, and I always do it every time. Technically, I've actually, as I said, I've done this game 3 times now. And I've actually used all 3 starters. The grass one didn't last very long on my first forever long attempt. But hey, that's why we do it. I did end up getting the Skeleturge into the Hall of Fame though, which was a huge achievement on this challenge. And the next one, I don't know which one I'm going to pick yet. Because they're all kind of fun. But obviously I cannot kill Skeleturge, so... just a little bit disappointing, but it's still on the table for something we can do. We can use them on the first 2 evos, but I'm quite happy to go with the flow and see where we end up. I guess we should be friends because I'm going to destroy her and end up finding out why she hates me at the end of the game when she doesn't. Otherwise, let's go and find this little duck. And here we go, we are now off. Now, as I said, we're not going to nickname because they're not really going to be around very long. They're getting traded eventually. The reason why I'm only catching Lechonk on the first one is because I don't want to add too much. Add too much to the Pokedex that hasn't been traded in. As I said, we want a living dex, not just to complete it, hence why we have 796 at the moment, and that doesn't actually include the potential new mons for the second DLC. So, it's there, we're on the table, we're ready to go. We go and beat Nemona. And that's the start of this long challenge. As I say, I'm hoping it's just going to be a way to just sit and chat and play. There's not too much seriousness going on. Like, I have double checked that I will have enough boxes for this, and I will probably set that up after the first one. Because, well, you don't want to see someone playing and numbering boxes. There isn't too much to do. And, well, if it's there, it's just not as fun as it should be. We're going to go a long way because there's one item here and I can never remember what it is. Potion, it's money. It's money. Is there one here? Nope. Can I just run off the cliff? Shall we try it? No, because I want more items. Another bit, Cash Bunny. More items I get this time, the less I have to come back here. I'll be looking for the gold specks and bits and bobs that are left on the land. And we go, right, let's have a fight. I'm going to destroy you with my bond. And there's nothing you can do about it. So, let's start with my first battle. So, who have we got? We have Sprigatito versus Quaxley. Warner wants to go hardcore and use her best team. It'd be interesting to see what she would want to throw out, because her team is never that strong when you play through the game. It's your typical core group that you will probably always beat. We can go and do the catching tutorial. Oh, we get a sandwich first, then we do the catching tutorial, don't we? And then we have to go and do the ride on follow for the cave, grab some items, and run. As I said, I did do a little test to see how far you need to go until you get everything you need. As in, be able to get to the Poke Portal, which, as I haven't caught anything, not a problem. We've done this bit so much. Everybody who's played the game knows this beginning part. There is very little to really worry about. We know we're not doing anything complicated. We're just going to have some fun. As we can see, still don't have the option. Does this give me more than 8 boxes yet? No. I'll probably do that bit in home, as I learnt that is definitely an option after the forever locks, really, because there's way too many in my storage at the moment. I've enjoyed doing or playing through the Switch games more because you get more encounters. The games always feel a bit faster too. Whereas when I know you can do speed up on some of the older games, but I'm finding the 3DS quite slow to really get into. I've played through like X and Y once on both. I've done Sun and Moon and won one, lost one, and I'm currently in Ultra Moon. I got past the bit where I lost my moon run, and it nearly ended couple of totems ago, but we're still going. We survived with one more. But I'm happy with that. I don't really mind. It's just there for a bit of fun, as I said. So let's go and do this Limone a bit. Get my first tradable Lechonk. I don't know why she can't just, like, some of these bits are so, like, just run. Just let me go. So the first set of trades, I really just want to get one of everything on route, this sort of area. So I can just literally spend the time catching this lot. I know it isn't going to make too much difference, but it does in my mind. My dream scenario is to get a Lechonk and Sprigatito as trades 1 and 2, and then I'm done. And as I said, the total's high because I want to include the different type variants. So I know some of like the living dexes include like your Galarians, and Alolan and Hisuian. But I would like to include like the Tauros. There's the 3 types of Tauros. And by doing that, well, actually 4 types if you count the traditional one. I would like to do that, but then when it's like the Villions, they don't change. I don't want them. I will be getting all of the Oricorios. And otherwise, yeah, that's the plan. Right. As I said, I would probably like to start each stream with the catching. And then move on to a round of trading rather than start by trading. But as we say, we'll just see what we get, really. As we always say, these games never races, they're journeys. I would go and do all of the Lechonk. I just want to get all the tutorial bits and bobs out the way first, and then see where we are, because these hold me up from doing anything, which is kind of disappointing, really. You just want to get on with it at this stage of the game, really. You don't want to be spending ages doing tutorial after tutorial. So we now officially have 15, so we could get half the Lechonks for this. But if we don't, we don't. So I'm not too worried with what's going on. I don't need them to be that much stronger. I've already seen that I can cope against the stupid Squirrel. So I'm quite happy just to do that. Plod. They fixed the glitch on it, the glitching fetcher. It's still there. I don't know why it's always there, but it just never gets out. It's kind of comical that it's so trapped. But I just don't know how to do all this stuff, really. I can learn, and that's the best I can do. Now, if we don't. We don't. If we do, we do. We're just gonna keep on plugging away, and what we end up with, we end up with. I can't do much more to make things too much louder without shouting and screaming, which I'm not a shouter and screamer reactor. Never have been, never will be. Now we get to go on a Rotom Foam flight to save Koraidon. I always forget because my main save is actually on Violet. But as we say, we are here to try something crazy. And what will be. And this challenge is mine to play with, really. As I say, I haven't seen anyone doing anything similar to this. I know people do trading, surprise trades and wonder locks and surprise locks, whatever. But this is literally trying to create a living dex, a complete living dex. And I have also tested that it doesn't matter that there's no DLC on these saves, so I should still be able to get the DLC mons. And if people want to watch and try to look to see whether they can trade with me, they can. I'm not going to ask anyone to give anything away. But if they choose to, that's up to them. As you can tell, I'm tired because I was expecting the equipment for this to come a lot earlier. But I can't help that sometimes. It's just how things are, right? Just how things go, really. You can't change the whole system. Just make one better, I guess. And now we have a Koraidon who's back to life and decides to go for a float through a cave. Go, Koraidon, beat up Houndour and Dooms and whatever else is in here. So let's go for a run through a deep dark cave on my first day in this area. Following a dragon thing that nobody's ever seen before. Dun 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 dun. I know that there's items to get here. We need to get the items while we wait for the dragon thing to do its slow walk. That's another place I don't really want to keep coming back to. When we can, like, we have a relatively big area to constantly explore for items. I can't remember. I won't be able to do any Terra raids. That will be something that potentially comes up if we run out of money, which I don't think we should. I'm sure some people are going to trade me things that have items attached, I can then sell said items. Just keep walking, you slow little dragon. He always just takes his time through here, doesn't he? But looking at all the flowers. So I know there's something down there, but if I go too early, it won't let me go any further. It sort of blocks you out in the cave. And then glitches a little bit because why not? It's Scarlet and Violet. I'm not someone who's actually too worried about the odd visual glitch. I'm someone who has literally come from the original handheld 2D era. From red, blue, yellow, so a few little jitters in some 3D. Don't bother me. But as we say, we have to collect some items because that will be important. So we're nearly there. We're nearly at the start of the game. If I did want to go all the way and do the nonsense bit in the that is an option for me. I could well end up doing it, but I just don't want to. It's just not really worth it for me. Just to say, it's there, and whatever happens, it's not really gonna make too much difference if I can ride on or not. Most of it is just going to be plodding around the same little area. I'm sure it's string it to take us out. Maybe it doesn't. But big boy's gonna come to the rescue. And more doggies. We get a little bit of a lift now. We are free of this cave trap. While Nimona just watches with her champion Pokemon, apparently. But wants to be the friend that looks after you. Thanks, Nimona. We will keep my little chunky chunk in the team just in case something goes wrong against the squirrel. Get another item that we're not going to use. As we said, we've got to do the oven fight. There is no more items here, so it's not a problem. We go and beat Arvin, Snuggle, Scovert. And then we are ready to start the challenge properly. It's kind of exciting to be at the beginning now, because I know how long it takes to do that first bit. It already sort of is hinting that I've been going for nearly 40 minutes. So that sort of tells you just how long this can take at the very beginning of the game. But another friend who interferes too much, as they say with this game. Let's do this for the first raid. I know I do actually have to do one more minor thing, and that is get to the first Pokestop, which isn't too bad to get to, it's just down the road. And luckily, because no trainers are enforced upon you, I don't even need to fight anywhere for it again, unless I want money. But I will cross that bridge when we get to it. You also have to remember, when I get duplicates, they can just be retraded. There are positives. Let's go check out my difficulty early tip. Order. We survived. Well, that could have been awkward. So that's brilliant. Oh, I've got to go up the lighthouse as well. Too much. I can't complain too much, really, can I? At least I have to complete the whole game before I do this. I can just do the basics. So it'll be interesting to see whether I get all of the bonuses. Well, I do. I will get all the bonuses from the Pokedex, which is also some extra along the way, and some stone evolutions. But I'll have to play that one a bit smarter because you only get one. But let's go and have the view of the school, which is literally 2 minutes down the road. Look at me looking for Nimona, like, where's she gone? Where is that bitch hiding? Oh, there she is. Now let's see the school, and we walk to said school. Well, actually, we're not going to go that far because I don't want to do more of that nonsense. That's part of what the challenge is, not to do the generic or the proper story. There are bits I think we can get to, but I wish we don't go through the town. I'll be good. Nope, we still haven't got there till we get to that Pokestop. That was the only bit I didn't check to see whether it was after Arthur or before. Might as well catch a Electronic on the way. Actually, it's a strong Electronic. I did not know that it was going to be this strong. It's only a little shock, right? This shouldn't be too difficult to catch. Foreshadowing for the video. No challenge in a Lechonk. Okay. The Hog Pokeball. I'm not going to catch a male and a female Lechonk. I'm not going to worry about the items for this bit unless they're on the actual path. Because at the end of the day I'm going to be wandering around looking for things to catch at some point. That's when we're going to do that part of the bits. I noticed that on the last run I had little Fido running after me like a madman. But I guess that was just a random spawn. I remember that because I know we're a bit further into the game, there's randomly always two Sableye running down the path. And I always find it extremely funny. But again, we don't need to worry about the machine. We are now available to go online, I believe. The other thing that might happen is if we start struggling to catch stuff, we may get the TM for completing the trainers. I'd like to buy. We have 10,000, which is 53. Would it be a lot more? Not gonna lie. But it's a start. We'll get rid of all the LP. Don't need that too. And then we're up to 96. And as we can see, we now have the Poke Portal available to us. So, the first challenge is to go and catch some more Lechonky Chonks. We will probably stick to Route 1 because they'll be lower level. And a lot easier to catch than some of these annoying ones that pop out of nowhere on me. I don't need to worry about Gimmighoul coins or anything like that. And there is actually a little area I still need to explore for items here. We're going to try with the bites because I might get some fish. Local force I didn't get a finish. And all it wants to do is waggle its little tail at me. I've got some Premier balls as well, which is extra. I actually thought you started with 30,000. That's that must be something more for Sword and Shield. You still get a good start, and there's going to be items to collect. And as we say, if we do run extremely low on money, we will just have to bite the bullet and go for the training school nonsense. There's only some fights, but it just means I can go and explore the whole world as such for money. That is the only reason we would be going there. There is something else I need to switch off on the settings. That is the ability to nickname. Don't need to be able to do that. Doesn't matter what they're called. Keep pressing the wrong button because I think it's the run and jump. Don't need nicknames. I'll keep the learning moves because it might be important for the early game. One of them might learn false swipes and I'll be like, ooh, that's going to be helpful. As well, I don't think I'm going to be able to use bite much more. Okay, we've started to fill the box, which is what I wanted to do. We're looking to just collect all these items now. So like that's a bit of valid value. I just remember playing this bit for the very first time and just spending way too much time exploring this area for no apparent reason. I guess that doesn't feel good. All these people that are going to play this game and get all my spare chunks are going to be a bit pissed off, aren't they? Let's be honest. And now we're at the stage where they're so low level, we don't get any real XP, which is good too. Too much XP is going to make this harder to catch. I guess we're interested in the chunk. I wonder if I'll run into a real shiny Lechonk. I believe I have one. I might actually have both. I don't really properly shiny hunt because colourblind. But I can get away with things like the chunks. It's actually a proper different colour. That's what I like to see. When it comes to some of the ones that are literally a tiny different shade, I might take stand a chance. And I don't waste my time with it. I would love to, but I can't do it. I know we're not quite near, I don't reckon halfway there yet, let's be honest. There's another chop. Just get this one. I'm going to run away. Go to the sheep chop. It is a sheep chop, right? It is a sheep chop. I want to put a crit. Brigatito. You are meant to be the gentle one. Yes, we have another Lechonk. It's so far away from this one. Got them all levelling up as well. How many do we have? We have not too bad. And we'll get one more, and we're just going to do the first 12. And then we call it a night. It's just to get it rolling really. As I say, I'm hoping a lot that we get one or two of the other ones along here. Well, we'll just catch this one. We're going to just go till there is none. And then we'll go to Pokedex. Heal up Brigatito, because I believe she's running a bit low on health. Yeah, as I mentioned about the tokens, and the tokens are going to be for every 25 cord. Not. Can I get a bit? Oh, I can. Is there anything here though? Just the hobbit chasing me. One item, I guess. Ooh, a rare candy. That is actually worth some good money. Actually, just that. Chunky chunk. More damage than less damage than it was. I need to go up to a little bit where you can get the Pormon early, because that's usually something worth catching. There's usually a few more items up there. As I say, I'm going to constantly press that stupid button. I don't really want to use any of the potions when it comes to just catching things. Yeah, it just feels like a bit of a waste. That's why I want to get I want to use the word a dupe team. But chances are it'll probably just be the Sprigatito until I get the dupes. Yes, I gotta find a lot more of the random stuff that's all on the floor. That's the key factor for this. I don't plan to go down there yet. Okay, you're gonna walk me to safety. I'm also just gonna get. I know there's an item behind here. We're gonna get that item. It also wouldn't be too bad if I got some of the stuff that comes up along the road, like the bit to the west. Let's get this Lechonk too. While it's in the way, looking at me, going, I'm chicken. Oh, and we kill it. Thanks, Brigatino. Thanks for making this easy for me, sunshine. This one will be a higher level, so I don't really want to do that one, I don't think. Actually, this is a level 2. We'll do a level 2 one. Because everyone wants their own level 2 Lechonks. We're not going to sell anything until we're nearly at balls. And we'll do the item exploring more. We'll do this side. I don't think you can sell the TMs, so they're not the most valuable thing you can get out of it, really. We'll see, we're not going to complain too much of anything that's free in this game. We also have the... I don't want to go for a level 7, it'll probably knock me out. And we've got up there too, so there's some places to go. I think we're doing okay so far. Considering we're an hour in. And we have enough Lechonk for... what's that, 6? I feel like I want to do a couple more, but... we've got basically half the allocation. We have 15. We're gonna stay here and do this. Oh, here we are now with the beginning of the trades. Which is gonna be the exciting part, so. So, let's see what people are going to give me for my Lechonks. This is where it gets to the more exciting part of it, I think. To see what we're going to catch. Add to the Pokedex. I'll fill most of it in after the batches. And that's a Furret. That's actually a good start because it's something new. Probably too high level, 58 gaps. That's not much help for me, but that's a good start. That's what we needed. Something probably too over leveled for me. What will number 2 be? It will be a Hoppip, which is good because that's something from Route 1. So that's a good start. I don't actually have anything rare. This is literally designed as a challenge to complete the living dex. So I can't really help if we're after the rare mons. Maybe if we get to the stage where I get too many. But this is the first batch I've done, so... we're only about an hour into the whole challenge. And it's actually quite good now because we've now got 4 different. 3 different. I've done 3 trades so I can't have 4 different Pokemon, can I? That's just stupid of me. Fido's probably the only one I would actually know where it goes in the text properly too. Once we get into the variants, it just completely messes up the traditional decks. Slowpoke, nice. Wasn't one that had an item on it, which would have been quite fun. 300, well. Level 1, okay, so this is early game stuff I'm getting, which is I'm happier with. It'll be fun to see how many different nationalities Pokemon I get too. Oh, how long it took me to get the Cramorant because I had more Pekka is ridiculous in the DLC. So that's now 2 from the DLC already. It's actually not too bad. Kind of nice to get a good mix. It's funny because one of my practices is just to see what you get on Scarlet when you haven't got the DLC. The first thing I got was a shiny for Coco, which at level 1. Oh, this is a website mod, so this could be something silly and shiny. It is a Torkoal. Okay. Or a Toxel. It's something new, which is okay for me. Is it shiny? I don't think it is actually. Fair enough. I thought it was a website one, but I guess I was wrong. So far out of the 6 we haven't had a dupe yet. Well, I know that's not saying much. It's kind of nice in one side of the battle, but otherwise it's just going to be something we deal with eventually. Quaxley, that looks like it could be. That's actually really good to get one of the starters already. Yeah. Actually, one of the other starters even. Can we get the little crocodile? That we got the Sprigatito. That's nice too. Because that means I can actually keep my one in the team. I will probably trade it eventually, but I'm choosing to do it slowly, just to make sure I have something that obeys me. Because as I didn't really expect, well, the way of looking at it is once we get into Mesagoza, we could go around the whole map pretty much. And if we can get round the whole map, we can then do whatever we kind of want for item-wise. We can collect so much. That's a bravery, which is also an interesting one. I have to check which type of bravery it is. It's just a normal one, which is okay. I can deal with that. I'm still in shock that I haven't had a dupe. I've done Wonderlocks where I got dupes within like the first 3. get this time? We get a Happini, which is another nice one to actually have. I'm starting to feel like this is going a lot better than it has any right to go. There's only two others that I would really like, and that is, I want the Scovert because I want to only be able to say that I have seen and battled everything. So I would like to get the plain old Lechonk, because theoretically I shouldn't really be trying to catch Lechonks yet. I should be moving on to Hoppips and Fidos. Zora, that's a very rare one to get. And that's why the Pokedex list is so long, because of those sort of variants. So we're running down to our last couple here, and we get to see what we get. Which is actually another new mon. We are really smashing through these. Did exactly what the plan was. Of course. I knew it was going to be easier. Oh god. I actually thought I would have got a Lechonk by now, if I'm honest. And as we may see it popping along the top, I can get something out of the Pokedex now. I think it's only like candies the first one, but it all adds up eventually. And that's a Glaceon, I believe. That's nice. Getting one of the evolutions already. We're down to the final two. You're going to be helpful to me, Lechonk, because I really do actually want to get a Lechonk, because I'm running low on options of what to catch now. Let's see if we get this Lechonk. Come on. Oh, a Wooper. It's actually not too bad. It's another Route 1 or first area I can catch. Come on. Last one for this video. I may just have to give myself another round of the chunks as an option. Not the worst thing, if we're honest. As I say, I try not to make myself get any new Pokedex entries from my catching. That's why we used Lechonk. I had to pick one thing to catch first route, and that was it. And we get a straw. That's not terrible either because, well, that's a poltergeist. That's... I thought that was desperately good stuff. So what was my reward for this? That was Stardust, which is money. Cash money, baby. Cash money. Let's go and do that quickly. That's something I can sell quite happily. Quite as much as I thought it was, but still something I can get rid of. One Pokeball for that, not worth it really. 200, that's a Pokeball, not worth it. Another Candy I'm going to hold on to. There are votes will be good. Some cash out. We'll worry about the rest at another date when we end up with too many items. We might as well buy some more. We'll just do the 30. We get 2 Premier Balls. So, with that part of the beginning of the challenge, we now officially have 15 new Pokemon, which I was not expecting to get 15 different Pokemon from the first round of trades. But we have, so that is extremely good and exactly what we needed. I can do a couple of move things. I can put Sprigatito there because I know it's number 1 and I know this is number 7, but that's it. I don't know the rest. I'm going to do the moving around between streams, and when we come back we can see the boxes labelled up. Anything special on any of these? Nah. We weren't expecting that. Well, let's be honest. So that's going to complete the first playthrough of this. I would like to do all of it on stream. So I'm going to have some more videos set up with everything that's going on and sort out the boxes because that's going to take a little bit of time, and then we're good to go. So thank you for watching, and hopefully you can enjoy the journey too. So goodbye everybody.